what does it mean to me right now? Subjectively speaking, grown folk intimacy does not have to do with the physical. It has to do with the nuances, the emotional stuff.
When you're younger, I'm just trying to fuck everything that's moving. But then as you get older, it's like,
so to me, if I could be with someone that challenges me or supports me, or like, makes me question some things in my head, I would automatically feel more attracted or more closer to them.
Fucking boom.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Do we get along just as people? Can I just get along with you?
When you're an adult, it's the little things for me.
Little things.
You know what I'm saying? So like bringing her flowers or something like that, or like cooking a meal, whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? After y'all get into it, you have to be able to come back to love. That's another level of grown folks intimacy right there. You know what I'm saying?
Because if you have a partner that's willing to come back to the love, and the other is like,
until next time, XO,
their daddy. You believe in the quantum world, right?
Yeah.
Where like duality, everything exists in polar opposite all at once. Right? So if you believe, what did Kobe say? Is like, what I need to worry about not making a shot if I haven't played the game yet, like, So if two opposites already exist at once, you get in it, you're not getting it. Why don't you just put yourself in the getting the shoe?
Yeah.
Right, because they both exist. They both exist.
That's real.
So just put yourself in that shoe and like in the mindset if you can.
Obviously. Yeah, no, I mean it's easy said and done, but you're right. I mean, I feel like when it comes to things like that, like this situation specifically, I gotta be like, yo, I did what I needed to do.
Right.
It's not in my hands anymore. It's up to the powers that be. So
and the powers that be, we see the
what I'm saying?
Confidence in you.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Just
and
yourself.
Damn. You already spitting bars, man. And welcome back to another episode of the Therapy.
Welcome back, bro. Welcome back.
Wow, man. How you living, bro? How was the birthday?
It was just calm. It was a reflective one,
Yeah.
For the most part. And then I had to step to one of my favorite artists of all time, Lil Wayne concert. Which
Louisiana.
Louisiana. One of the best concerts.
Oh, yeah.
He was playing the guitar and...
Oh, he actually plays.
He actually plays, and he was engaged with the people. Like, it felt like nice.
Immersive, like interactive kind of thing.
Seat, luckily, so... How about you, man? How was...
Oh, man, everything is blessed, man. No complaints. I'm feeling good. How do you feel about, this is your first year past 30. How do you feel, like, entering? Because, like, 30 is like you just... touching it, but like now you've had a whole year in your 30s. Like, how do you feel after your first year in your 30s?
I had my first like true epiphany at the age of, I think it was 25.
Yeah.
And then another one at 27, and then obviously going into 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's how I had it. But when I turned 30, I didn't feel any different. I feel like I should felt different. I didn't feel different. 31. I'm like, all right.
That's when you start feeling
it becomes a bit more real because it's one more extra number. You're like, okay.
Correct.
You start seeing 40 at the end of the, like, you start seeing, like, getting closer to your mortal end in a way.
6 years. I'm finna be 35.
But it's a reminder, like, all right, what are my goals? What am I doing to reach my goals?
That's what's up, bro.
Right. So that's a good question. Like,
no, I'm glad. No, because like I'm trying to think of like when I turned 30. I turned 30 during the pandemic, pit of the pandemic.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it was tough. Me and my brother Roger, we 2 days apart. Shout out my brother, and my sister-in-law, because he's married now. Shout out my sister-in-law as well. We celebrated our birthdays in the fucking dark with candles.
Oh.
During the pandemic.
Oh.
Snowpocalypse.
Damn.
Great time.
Yeah.
Great time.
Would go back, recommend.
You know what I'm saying? Would not recommend. But it's all right. But it was fun, and I think 30, I didn't really feel anything, but to your point, like when 31 kicked, that's when I started feeling a little different, because then that's when I started therapy and all of that shit, and started feeling more like a grown man.
Yeah.
Which leads us into our topic today, grown folks intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Getting into intimacy in your 30s, even your late 20s, I feel like. But I think as you get older and you go from like your teenage years into your 20s into your 30s, intimacy changes a lot.
What do you mean by intimacy?
Like, we relate intimacy to more sex and physical. which I mean, it still is physical as you get older, but I think the mental connection starts to outweigh the physical
later on in
as you get older.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? When you're younger, you just trying to, I'm just trying to fuck everything that's moving. But then as you get older, it's like, well, let me pause and kind of examine this situation and, you know, kind of learn more about this person and then get into her psyche and learn more about her and connect with her on a deeper level. So
there's usually like two types of intimacy: the physical, which was what the natural definition of intimacy is, and then they have the emotional intimacy, which as you get older you should gravitate towards more emotional intimacy with your partner.
Absolutely, you should. You should. And so just to kind of kick us off, one of the quotes we have here: intimacy is not purely physical. It is the act of connecting so deeply with someone you feel like you can see into their soul. Another one says, sex without love is a meaningless experience. But as far as meaningless experiences go, it's pretty damn good. That's Woody Allen that said that. It's pretty damn good. But another one, love is not about grand gestures. Sometimes it's doing the damn dishes. The first and the third quote were from Unknown. But I mean, listen, these things are so important because I think, again, when you're younger, you're prioritizing physical, you're prioritizing the making out and the touching and how far you can get. But when you get old,
you do that.
Yeah.
A learning process.
You explore. But then once you realize that the physical aspect is only one part of it, and you start getting into the emotional aspect, and you start connecting with somebody that teaches you things or makes you see things differently, or you kind of feel like, oh shit, like we really getting along, we really rocking out. I think that's kind of when the thought process shifts. You know, like even in my current relationship, I feel like a lot of our intimacy is basic, just like chilling on the couch, watching a movie together, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? Right. Spending that time and just being with each other on a different level, asking each other questions. Like we have a card game called The And like it's one of those card games that have questions or whatever have you. So you turn it over, you read the question, your partner answer it, vice versa. And it's like really, really deep shit. Like, who do you think is the most, not who you think is the most dedicated, but like, who do you think will hurt the most if this relationship ended or something like that? You know what I mean? That's like some real deep stuff. What are some things that you hope for me? What do you hope for out of this relationship? So, in my personal life, I've just seen intimacy change so much for me going from my teenage years to now, you know?
So, given like the natural state of things and how people progress in the beginning of your life, right? You're literally experimenting to see what works and what doesn't work.
Right.
And that has to do with physical intimacy. Like, what does sex feel like? What does kissing feel like? What does touching old hands feel like? So you get a natural pass for that. But that should not be your main objective as you age.
Right.
Because as good as those things feel, it's a very, very small, minute part in the overall point of the relationship.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Sex lasts between maybe like 2 seconds and, you know, maybe like an hour or two, depending like, you know, who you are. I know who those people are. So emotional intimacy lasts for a lifetime.
Hey.
And you develop things like together, right? To reinforces that.
That's a bar.
So my question is to you, at what age do you think men and women should start pivoting towards emotional intimacy?
I think as early as possible, because you're only getting older. It's like you said earlier, every separation reminds you of what was it? Of death. You know what I'm saying?
There's a quote by Schopenhauer, the philosophy.
Yeah.
Every separation is a reminder of death.
Yeah.
And every like reconnection is a reminder of the resurrection.
Yeah.
Right. So getting like the older you're getting, if you're aware that you are getting closer to death, it should like drive you to want to achieve bigger things in life. Right. And that's
absolutely.
Up to you, so.
Absolutely. I mean, to answer your question, I just feel like as early as possible, because again, we're only going to get older. We're only going to live through more experiences. And I think the sooner you start to recognize that like intimacy is not just physical and there's emotional elements to it. There's like, even holding hands
Mm.
is a different level of intimacy, like a strong, passionate hug,
Mm.
different level of intimacy,
Yeah.
kiss on the forehead, kiss on the cheek, whatever have you, foreplay, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's science behind that
You know
too.
what I'm saying? There's so many different things. Like, even if you're doing an activity together, whether it's, I don't know, me and my girl skate.
Mm.
That's the level of intimacy because I've never really done that with anybody. We skate together.
Mm.
She likes to dance. So if I go with her to one of her dance classes, even though I'm not the best dancer, that's a level of intimacy because we're both doing something that the other likes, and it's like bringing us closer. Like, we're connecting closer because she's really her true self when she dances. I'm really my true self when I skate,
Right.
you know? So I think it's really important to just always have an open mind. And again, you're not going to learn it until you learn it, right? But as time goes on, it becomes more clear. And I think the turning point is when you meet somebody and the relationship isn't all about sex. It's not all about the physical. It's like, I genuinely have a great time with this person, and then the sex and the physical becomes an added bonus on top of the emotional and mental connection
Right,
that
right,
you
right,
have.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Um, let me
That's
let me ask you,
okay.
how did you view sex and intimacy in your younger years?
Um, I mean, I grew up in the era of, I guess, like both internet early days, right? And so you were exposed to a lot of things,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So in a way,
Uh,
you were driven by that,
mm.
which a lot of men and women nowadays, like I would say, growing up, like just that's just it's natural to be curious.
Yeah, it is.
It's and if
It
you're a
is.
curious person, innately, like you're going to want to like try things out.
Mm.
So in my early years, let's say I don't know, like I was very like safe in high school,
Mm.
like straight edge student,
Mm.
like as straight as you can think. In college is when like I began like my you can call like foray into like
Mm-hmm.
intimacy world,
The adult life, if you will.
adult life. But now as I've gotten older, you start resetting your goals and you say, okay, well, I've done numbers, or you want to call it, like I've done this, I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
What have I not accomplished? Is that like truly intimacy with a female partner,
Mm.
or like I mean, for you guys out there that don't go other way for other partners as well, but to truly build that with someone, that connection,
Mm.
that's where I am right now, right?
Mm.
I mean, to answer your question again, in the beginning, it was more about the physical stuff
Mm.
because I was learning stuff.
Mm.
But
What,
now,
what do you think kind of made you pivot towards where you're currently at?
when you take an audit of your life
Mm-hmm.
and you say, wait, like, am I the problem?
Yeah, we all have that moment.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
We gotta have that moment.
and this is being honest with you. To a degree, yes, I am the problem. I
We
was the
all
problem.
can, we all can, we've all been the villain of somebody's story and have done villainous things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, so when you start taking accountability and you start realizing, okay, I want this, I don't have this.
Accountability.
Accountability, I want this, I don't have this. What in my actions are setting me back to achieve my true like goal, like
Ooh.
happiness?
Run that back.
Like what are my actions setting me back to not achieve my true goal, which is of happiness and contentment with someone else? Not like I need them, but like
You
it's
want
nice.
it. You want that.
I want that. Like I'm sure we all want that as well. So
Yeah.
I've been gone through a couple breakups,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
A couple breakups.
Mm-hmm.
That will like if that's your goal to eventually like be with someone long term, have a family, it should put it driving you that say,
Yeah.
I need to fucking change.
You gotta go through that shit.
I need
You gotta go through that
you
shit.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I need to change. So I mean, I could throw it back at you. This
Yeah.
situation.
I mean, for me, in my younger years, it was very much the same thing. We grew up we're only a few years apart, so we grew up in pretty much the same era. Um, For me, I think when I was younger, there was a lot more physical involved in it because of the exploration and
Mm-hmm.
wanting to try things aspect, the curiosity aspect, if you will. But I think for me, there was always a sense of intimacy because I always wanted to just be in a relationship, but I didn't necessarily understand what that entailed at
Mm.
that young of an age. So, I may not have acted in accordance with that,
Yeah, to that value
to
that you
that
say.
value that I wanted to have.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I think I also had skewed views of what love was supposed to be because, Disney Channel tells you meet the person, you kiss her, and then that's it, you're in love for the rest of your life. Doesn't show
It
you.
doesn't work like that?
It doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, you can kiss somebody and know that, like, yo, this is going to be something, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of work that goes into relationships.
Let me ask you this.
Mhm.
I don't mean,
Go ahead, go ahead.
do you think some people, and why or why not, are predisposed to give or show intimacy on a higher level than others? Like,
Yeah.
could it be like how they grew up, their
Mm.
past traumas?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think people that have dealt with more traumatic experiences may be on either side of the spectrum. Whereas, well, as in they love too hard or they detach completely because of their traumas.
Mechanism.
You know what I'm saying? Very anxious attachment versus very avoidant attachment.
Right, 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 right.
But then it could also be the same thing for somebody that grew up in a two-family household, a two-parent household, and had, their mom and dad together their whole life. They could also be very secure, but then they could also be very anxious or um avoidant.
Mm-hmm.
It just really depends on the upbringing. So, I mean, I think traumas do play a big role in it. I think traumas play a bigger role in it than actual upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Because the more trauma you deal with, the more you're kind of susceptible to be triggered by certain things, and the more you're using coping mechanisms, if you will, to deal with other issues that may come up, because of that trauma. So,
How many people do you think goes through trauma? Do you think
we all got trauma.
you think we all got trauma?
We all got trauma. I mean, we could even go back to talk about like our ancestral trauma. Maybe it may be a little different for you because like you know exactly where you come from in Africa. I feel like you can kind of trace back a little further than I can. I'm lucky I can trace back to like the 1800s. But as Black American, we can't really trace far back where our families come from, our ancestors and things like that. So I think there is a lot of ancestral trauma that does show up in the way we're raised. And then when you look at, the way society is and how children of single mothers are looked at a certain way. Like my mom was a single mom or is a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
She was single. She's alive, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Statistically, I'm not supposed to even be here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things I'm not even supposed to be, but I think I was still able to come to the point that I'm at now, despite whatever traumas I may have dealt with in my upbringing, not blaming them on my mom or anything like that, but that ancestral trauma of like, oh, well, a lot of us are in the same situation and, we get caught up in that, so yeah, I just feel like
that affects how
yeah.
we, I guess, display intimacy.
It can.
It
can.
like what was the factors like maybe age? Oh, okay. Another question that brings up is, do you think male and female we show intimacy or put value in different segments of intimacy more than each other? Like, would you say, let's do age brackets so everything's equal between age 16 and let's say 20, pretty much the same values are I think I would say like the physical intimacy.
Correct. That's number one. That's number one.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we know, scientifically speaking, women tend to develop their prefrontal cortex
a
little faster than men. So my guess is I'm going to assume they reach that wanting, that longing for emotional intimacy
before we do.
Absolutely. And do you think the disparity in the timing creates conflict?
It can. So I'm gonna speak to my personal situation. My girl's 6 years older than me. When I was younger and less mature, I used to date girls that were younger than me.
Okay.
You know, and I think as I've gotten older and got to a certain level of maturity, going to therapy and things like that, I tend to gravitate more towards women that are a bit older than me because I feel like a lot of women that are my age or younger, we're not really seeing eye to eye on certain things.
So you think it's a chronological age more than a life experience?
It's both. It's both. Because, like, had I not gone to therapy, I don't think I'd be with my girl right now.
Why is that?
Because I would still be very much in the mindset that I was in before, before I started therapy. And I talked about this in the previous episode. Right. I started going to therapy because I was posting subs on Instagram and shit like that.
Right.
Had I not gone to therapy and had I not learned about that and checked myself and had somebody talk me through those things, I'd probably still be doing the same thing. And thus not maturing and thus not being able to attract somebody the way that I have that's older than me and that, is on my same level. I think life experience is 99, not 99, let's say like 90% of what causes you to be the way you are in terms of how you view intimacy and things like that, traumas. But then 10% of that is age, because it's like if you got a kid that's 10 years old and is reading at a 12th grade level, well, he's going to have a whole bunch of different experiences than somebody that's 10 years old and reading at a 5th grade level. Because of that intelligence, they're able to understand things differently. They're able to, kind of maneuver differently because of that experience with being around older people, older students. Like Smart Guy, the TV show.
Right.
Like he was, that might be a weird analogy, but, I definitely do feel like it's more life experience. And
So the question was like male and female. Like,
yeah.
Do you think the timing creates a disparity?
Oh shit. My fault. I got like a male and female. Yes, because I think women are more, especially when they're younger, like, early 20s or whatever have you. Mm-hmm. I think younger teens and women are more focused on the love aspect and more focused on like, yeah, I want to build something with this person. I want to, because if you think about it, when we're like teenagers, we're all dogs as guys. We out here trying to mess with every girl.
I was not a dog in my teenage.
I was a dog in my teenage years. So listen, Q was not a dog. I was a dog.
I was home by 7 p.m. What are you talking about?
Very good.
Oh, my mother.
As you should have been. I was wilding the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of how, but I mean,
maybe I was more emotionally like ready for intimacy.
You might have been. Yeah, you might have been.
I mean, I'm ready now, but like,
I mean, you might have been though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like,
because your upbringing was you saw your parents together, and you're like, oh shit, well,
yeah, you saw,
what it is
differently.
Yeah, so, but I think girls, definitely have. I mean, because the development of the prefrontal cortex is faster, so I think that ties into it. But I think they're all more naturally inclined to want relationships and want that.
Whereas,
right. But then also society telling us, oh, well, if you got a high body count, that makes you the man, da, 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 da. And then as you get older, you kind of realize like, why I got all these bodies? I don't need this.
Once you get to that point as a man, I think you're ready to go to the next step of your evolution. Yeah.
It's important. It's important that you get to that and also recognize that, like, the societal influences aren't always the right way to go.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to think for yourself. So let's get into this question. What does grown folks intimacy mean to you now?
What does it mean to me right now?
Yeah.
There's a general idea, and it also feels it's subjective.
Mm-hmm.
There's an objective way to go about it, also subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Subjectively speaking, grown folk intimacy does not have to do with the physical. Right?
Talk to me.
It has to do with the nuances, the emotional stuff.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Like, are you connecting outside of just let's say, for example, you and your girl, you go skate together.
Yes.
Right? You share a common thing.
Absolutely.
If it was for example, like me and my ex, we play soccer together all the time.
There you go.
That was a way to connect apart from just the physical
The bedroom
stuff.
and shit.
Because I think of myself as a sapiosexual.
Hey. Aha. You're attracted to the mind. My brother, you're attracted to the way she is thinking.
Because the physical wanes, my physical will wane in time,
Yeah.
hers physical will wane in time. What should keep you is someone like that's on the same intellect or even above your intellect, so they could challenge you. So to me, if I could be with someone that like challenge me or supports me or like, makes me question some things in my head, I would automatically feel more attracted or more closer to them.
Fucking boom.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's it, bro. That's it.
So that's my answer of like what grown folk intimacy means.
And yo, cute single. So like if y'all looking for a strong African man and you come and find yourself a Nigerian man, the Therapy Daddy podcast is ready to he's ready to lock it down.
It's about time now. It's about time.
It is, bro. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. 31.
We did fool around too much.
The closer you get, like you like the closer you get to 40, like you're just gonna feel the shift in yourself every day. Like you're 31 and 32, 33, 34. My 30s has been the best decade. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Bless.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like grateful that I'm seeing my 30s and really like thriving in them. You know. Yo, for me, bro.
For you, what does it mean for you?
Grown folks intimacy. And I kind of like the talking points that we have are kind of the same thing for me. So like grown foreplay. So like doing the dishes, you know what I'm saying? Bringing her like a little snack or something like that, or her picking up something nice from me on the way in, or just like our deep conversations, or just us going on dates, like little shit like that. When you're an adult, it's the little things for me.
Little things.
You know what I'm saying? So like bringing her flowers or something like that, or like cooking a meal, whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? Doing stuff around the crib, or being like, hey, I know you like getting your hair done, so I booked you a hair appointment or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? When you're younger, you don't necessarily think about that kind of stuff. But when you get older and you really get into a strong partnership with a person, a healthy relationship, you start to peep the things that they like and be able to respond to that.
Your partner's love language.
You know what I'm saying? That is a big fucking part of it. Love languages.
Love language.
You know what I'm saying? Grown folks intimacy encompasses love languages. I mean, I feel like I didn't learn about the love languages until me and my long-term ex broke up, and I was 29, bro. Or 28. 28 turned 29. I did not know what the 5 love languages were until my late 20s. And so once she and I broke up, and I went on my healing journey and started learning and, started dating and stuff, it was important. That was a question that I would ask any girl I talked to or dated. Hey, yo, what's your love language? How do you like your man to show up? Okay. Type shit. So for me, grown folks intimacy is taking the time to really understand your partner, but then going that extra mile for them. You know what I'm saying? And showing up in ways that, they need you to, but not ways that you feel you should.
Okay. If I'm getting what you're saying right, so an idea just came to my head, and we should break this down.
Yeah, please.
I think there are multitude level of grown folk intimacy.
Yeah.
We cannot deny the physical intimacy as well.
At all.
That is important.
That's always there.
That's always important. That is number one, right?
Mm-hmm.
True being definition of intimacy. Number two is the emotional awareness we're talking about.
Hey.
Right? Being emotionally available, listening, communicating.
Correct.
Number three is like relational. Do we get along just as people? I don't have to do anything for you. Can I just get along with you?
Right. Yo, do you know how important that is?
As a friend. Like,
do I even like you? You even like me? You even like me?
Can I tolerate you? Because we skip over that a lot because we see the physical. We're like, oh, she got a fat ass, pretty face. I could make other things work.
Oh, shit.
I know I'm guilty of that.
I was guilty of that a few times too. It was tough. We learned though.
The next one, the last one I feel we don't talk about enough is the spiritual intimacy.
Whoa. Run it back.
Spiritual intimacy.
Come on. Let them know.
How many of you partners, couple-wise, are you connecting on a spiritual level?
Correct.
Like if that be meditate together or like you have like a book club, like where it's like it's more than the just me doing something for you. It's like you ascending to a different level.
Absolutely.
I feel like if you can get that, kind of hierarchy, the spiritual one, man, that's
Locked in.
sure. You locked in.
Locked in. I mean, that's kind of what I've been feeling like recently with my relationship, because we started the couples therapy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I want to add to that, to the grown folks intimacy, is the ability to resolve conflict in a healthy way. That's something that we kind of were struggling with for a little bit. How do we resolve conflict? And like, as we do therapy and we continue to work through it, it's becoming easier and easier. And I think we also have had to learn that, like, hey, we only been together a few months. You know what I'm saying? We're still learning each other. We're still learning each other as people.
Right.
Now we're learning each other as partners. We were friends for a long time, but then now we're learning each other as partners, intimate partners, people who are in love with each other. And I'm going to tell you something. If we talking about grown folks intimacy, when we resolve conflict in a healthy way, my dick gets so hard. I be break the fuck up, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, bro.
Today we had a little and it wasn't even no conflict, but we had a little conversation, and the way we resolved that shit, I was like, yo, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud of us the way we just handled this.
Right.
Like, I was just like ready to go, my nigga. That's crazy. I'm talking heavy. No, I'm talking my shit today, bro, because like I was just like, being able to resolve conflict, bro, is like a pillar to success in a relationship. And I think
it boils it down to that's the most important part, honestly.
You got to be able to come back to love, bro. After y'all get into it, you have to be able to come back to love. That's another level of grown folks intimacy right there.
That's huge.
You know what I'm saying?
Because if you have a partner that's willing to come back to the love, and the other is like, nah, you crossed that boundary and I don't care about you like that anymore, then it's not going to work.
And that could be a trauma response too, bro. It could be a trauma response where it's like you're so afraid to come back to loving me after I may have upset you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
it takes work.
Like, you question a lot of things because, like, wait, was it real in the first place?
Right.
You can't forgive that. Like, I mean, obviously, it's all...
Everybody has boundaries and shit.
Everybody has boundaries, don't get me wrong. It's all conditional, but some people... Like, if I'm in a relationship with you and I like you, like, and I fuck with you, if we get in an argument, let's say a heated argument, I don't think about leaving you. I just see it as like an argument, like, and that's it. Unless it goes beyond.
Bro, you was reading my ass just now, because I ain't gonna hold you. I'm still working on knowing that when we get into a fight, it is not the end of the relationship. For me, bro, and that's a trauma that I have, and I unpack this in therapy. My fear of abandonment comes from so many people passing away suddenly in my life. So I'm saying, like, my sister passed away, my uncle passed away, my grandmother passed away, all within a few years of each other.
Right.
So my grandma was 2008, my uncle was 2010, my uncle was 2010, and my sister was 2011.
Oh.
So within like 3 years. And they were all sudden. I mean, my grandma, she had cancer and stuff, but like my uncle and my sister was just like sudden. And then between my uncle passing away, there was like 3 other people that passed away like a month before he did. So it was just like death, and all sudden deaths. And for me, bro, it really set my mind to a place of like, I'm so afraid of losing people, even though death happens. So when I get into an argument, or when I've gotten into arguments, my fear is like, damn, the relationship is going to end because all these people that died on me, all this abandonment has happened. So now the same thing is going to happen here, and that's a strong, like, the fact that you are able to see that a fight in a relationship doesn't mean the end. That's a solid thing, because I don't think a lot of people have that. Truthfully, I think a lot of people think when you get into a fight, it's the end of a relationship. Because what do we see on TV?
And
too.
I feel like that ruins a lot of relationships early on. Like, there's a lot of relationships, yes, you can fight and you could come back from it if
it's something within reason.
If you truly see the goal of the relationship.
Correct.
Like, if you otherwise, if you care about, I can do better, I can like make better. Like,
right. You got to be in it. And
then you go and see if you can do better, and it's like, well, it's not necessarily better. It's just different. That's just all it is.
The grass is greener where you water it. Boom.
Where you water.
You know what I'm saying? And so for me, again, going back to the grown folks intimacy, like that conflict resolution and just coming back to love and recognizing like, yo, we have a common goal.
Yeah.
you're not my enemy, I'm not your enemy, we just got into a fight. That shit, what were we talking about when we was outside earlier?
Yeah.
Stepping back and looking at shit from the bigger picture.
Literally, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Outside of how if you take yourself and put yourself in the future, let's say 10,000 years in space and time continuous, and you're looking back at this moment right now, you realize how insignificant
this bullshit.
This
bullshit.
All is. Like,
correct.
I'm not saying that to make you feel nihilistic or like insignificant, because you are somewhat significant,
right,
in this moment, in this time that you're given. But the same
time, thank you so much.
This like final decision of, oh, we argue once and I'm gone, or like, and it's like, sister, brother, like, there are people that have come before you, 10,000 years have gone through the same thing. There are people after you, they'll go through the same thing as well. Why can't you see the levity in the current moment and resolve it?
Right.
Because your happiness is what you
see it for what it is.
See it for what it is. And it takes, I mean, I didn't know this until maybe like recently.
But you learn.
But you learn, right? Like, so maybe that's like it's good for us to kind of like voice our
absolutely
our thoughts, so those who doesn't have access can like kind of like listen to it.
I mean, this is super important. I mean, I think that's why this episode was needed, because it's like there's so many things that I feel like are being thrown at us as a society, and it's just like all this access to technology, social media, TV, everything that we have, a lot of the times is a distraction from what's important. And so we have to learn to get back to what is important, which is, if you're with somebody, preserving your relationship, working together, having that common goal. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. The goal, knowing what your values are.
Hey,
because what I've also realized is we think innately you know your values, but also you can self-sabotage yourself, either be it by peer pressure or you thinking you have more time, and live against those values.
That's a big one right there.
And then what you realize is like you're fucking by yourself. Personally, talking about personal experience.
Oh shit.
You're by yourself on a fucking Monday evening, like looking around like, damn, I wish I had someone like, with me right now. I'm just saying, like, right? Not from a place of like needing, but a place of want, because my values, I know what my values are, right, and I knew what I did to not be in the situation where, like, where I'm expressing my values.
But you know what? That's good that again, it's important that you recognize the steps that you took that got you to that point and how you get out of that. Because I made mistakes in my past relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did things that I'm not fucking proud of. You know what I'm saying? You can fucking put two and two together and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made a mistake in my long-term relationship. I'm not proud of it. You know what I'm saying? But I learned from it.
Right.
And I had to forgive myself for the things that I did,
Right.
Going back to what you were talking about, the self-sabotaging and being alone. Have you ever been in a relationship where physical intimacy was there, but emotional intimacy was missing?
Absolutely.
Who? Get into it. Tell us about it. Tell me about it, actually.
Emotional. So I have to use my recent ex as an example. Physically speaking, she's a 10. Like, you know who you are. Like, at least to me, like, it must I need to clarify that. So
the one that I know about, right?
The one that you know about.
Oh.
So in the beginning, if I'm being completely honest with you, she showed me emotional intimacy.
Yeah.
I couldn't reciprocate that emotional intimacy.
Why do you think that is?
Just because I thought I was ready to give in, and for some reason or another, I wouldn't let myself give in. Not that I couldn't give in, I just wouldn't let myself give in.
Yeah.
So that started like the roller coaster of, I guess, like issues down the road, right? To where it's like, for me, a good part of the relationship was very, very just physical. Like, I like the way you look.
Yeah.
I like the way you walk. Like, I like, our sex life. Like, so I started like using physical intimacy as a gateway to emotional intimacy. Does that make sense?
You're supposed to do it the other way around.
Yes. She's emotional
to get to the
to
physical.
get to the physical.
Yeah.
And that's how a relationship will last. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer your question, yes, this past relationship, at least in the beginning, for me, it was more the physical intimacy was important and gratifying and satisfying, but my emotional intimacy was lacking. Right. And that's what, like, you know, got me in the situation right now. But recognizing that,
hey, come on, there's always a silver lining.
Now we're gonna flip it and say, okay, now emotional intimacy should trump all others, or at least emotional, spiritual, like, you know, something that's like that's not physical should trump it.
Yeah,
because that is what truly your values are about, and that's what you build your life that you want on. What about you? What about you?
I've been in one. I don't even want to consider it a relationship. It was something that was going on for like a few months or whatever. But yeah, it was definitely more physical than anything, because she just was not in a place to receive any type of emotional.
So it was her fault.
You know what? Yeah, it fucking was.
It was her
It
fault?
really was. Like,
Cameron tell it was her
she
fault.
called me a racist name and all of that shit.
Oh,
bro.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's your boundary.
My boundary should have been before that. Like, I let a lot of shit slide, and I'm not proud of it, but I learned from that, and I learned what I will never ever tolerate again. You know, but I've been in situations like that where it's just more physical, and then it's like you get to a point where the emotional toll it has on your emotional well-being, like the emotional toll trumps any physical contact you can ever have with this person.
To your fucking mind.
Yeah, to the point where I was just like, the last time I saw her, I literally walked out of the restaurant. I paid the bill and I walked the fuck out and left her there.
Damn, it was that bad.
It was that fucking bad.
Cortisol level was probably high.
Boy, wow. And this was, mind you, this is like me this is me on my first year of therapy.
You had some tools already.
Yeah, I had some tools, but I think even that first year of therapy, it still takes a minute for you to kind of learn and get out of, you know what I'm saying? So I was like a year and some change in therapy, and yeah, we got into a huge fight, you know, in the restaurant, and I just walked out and left her there. She called me, did the whole thing. I'm sorry, da 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 da. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. We didn't talk for like a week. This was her MO. We wouldn't talk for a week, and then she'd hit me up like nothing happened. So that one time that she hit me up after that week of us not talking, I let the phone ring, and I blocked the fucking number. That was probably the only time I've ever ghosted somebody, like straight up and down. You know?
Well, let me ask you a question, just not to segue. Let's say you see that person again today. Do you still feel the same resentment, or with time it has gone?
The resentment, I mean, she called me what she called me, so I'm never going to forgive that, right? But the resentment for me is more towards myself for allowing that to happen for as long as it did. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can forgive her, whatever. If I saw her in the street, I wouldn't speak to her. I wouldn't acknowledge her, like straight up and down. I'd walk past as if she was nobody I knew, because it's like I'm not going to go out of the way to entertain anything. But yeah, the resentment is definitely towards myself, because I'm like, why did I allow myself to deal with that? You know, but you know, it happens, and you learn from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was definitely more emotional, I mean, more physical than anything. And it showed, because the relationship was really revolved around sex. And like, once we had that big fight, she said whatever she said to me. We didn't talk. She hit me up. We started doing whatever we did again. Even after she said what she said to me, I was still doing it because it was just a physical connection. And again, the emotional toll just trumped all of that after a certain point. And I was just like, I can't allow, like, I'm not going anywhere with this. Like, I'm literally regressing by staying in this connection with this person. So, it's super important to have an emotional connection, I feel, because on the contrary, there are other relationships that are just physical, where there's no emotional connection, and you guys are just maybe fuck buddies or whatever you do.
Yeah,
but even that, even transactional, right? But even that can get tiring after a while, because unless you guys are really like, I don't want a relationship, I'm just enjoying this, at some point somebody's gonna catch feelings. And at some point, you have to make a decision as to whether you want to be in a situationship or you want to let it go and keep it moving. But then carnal desire to keep having that physical connection still kind of shows up. So, um, emotional connection is so important. And in my current relationship, right, I'm kind of segueing a little bit, but in my current relationship, we were friends for like the first 8 months until we met. We were friends. Then we finally met in person, and then that kind of solidified, and then we built it from there. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time I've done that. And I always said that, I want to actually build a relationship with somebody before we jump into all the physical stuff. So that 8 months of just building with each other, talking every day, learning each other, sharing secrets, talking about traumas, that helped us lead into the relationship that we have now. The emotional connection is so important. You have to learn this person a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because we talk about today's society where, again, it's transactional and, sex is so available to us. It removes a lot of that. It removes a lot of the emotional and things that we need to really fall into a relationship, into a solid relationship. It's so important to build that trust and connection emotionally before you move to the physical.
Yeah, I kind of have to ask yourself is the relationship thin? If it's important to you, because I'm not gonna come here and say everybody should be in a relationship.
Right.
Some people are just generally happy with themselves.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But you believe it's important to you, and you are of a certain age or getting to a certain age, the emotional intimacy, spiritual intimacy, relational intimacy should trump
all of it,
the physical intimacy. But I asked the question is this: do you think it should be let's say a one time or like a Christmas type thing, or should it be an everyday thing?
What do you mean?
Like the grown folk intimacy.
Every day. Oh no, every day, bro.
Every day.
Every fucking day.
Okay.
Bro. So let me. Was that the question? I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Okay, my fault. Another one of the talking points we have is making your partner feel seen, safe, and sexy outside of the bedroom. Right? Making your partner feel seen, safe, and sexy outside of the bedroom. What does that mean? Remember, I don't know if it was a few episodes back, we talked about the honeymoon phase, right? And how the honeymoon phase, everybody's like, oh, well, the honeymoon phase only lasts like 3 to 6 months and then that's it. No, it's the same shit we were talking about. The grass is greener where you water it. You have to water your garden. Your relationship is your garden. So the same things that you were doing to get together, you need to continue to do that as you progress in a relationship. The same way me and my lady showed up for each other as friends, we still show up for each other as partners. When we're not with each other, it's the good morning text. It's the nightly calls to say, hey, I love you before I go to bed. When I was in California for work last week and she was back at home, I called her every night to say, I love you, just want to talk to you real quick.
Right.
That's something that we do. And we continue to abide by that tradition. Every week we going on a date. You know what I'm saying? We're doing something different. We're going different places. Like I get to work from home. So a lot of the times we'll just cut out and go to lunch together during the day. We'll run errands together. You know what I'm saying? She bought her dog. I walk her dog in the morning. Like when she's too tired to get up or when she's like had a long night after she's gone out to her dance class, I'll get up and walk her dog. Shit like that. When she comes back from class, I may have a bath ready for her if she wants to take a bath. It's such small things that you can do to ensure that your relationship stays strong. Going to therapy for me was a big fucking thing, and I'm so glad that she's as down to do it as I am, because for me, that shows like, yo, it ain't even about no physical shit. It's the fact that, yo, you are as willing as I am to work on this relationship, talk about our issues, and come to a solution and work towards the same goal. So that needs to be done every day. Grown folks intimacy needs to be done every day, whether it's cooking a meal for your person, whether it's I bought you your favorite soda, I bought you your favorite candy, whether it's even consideration. I know she likes to go shopping. I like to go shopping quick. Like when I go buy food, HEB, whatever have you, I'm trying to get in and out, but I'll be like, yo, do you want to come? So she feels considered. You feel what I'm saying? It has to be done every day.
Every day.
Every day.
I agree.
You know,
It should not be fireworks, more of a steady stream of continuous acts.
hello, wow, a steady stream of continuous. That's a
Yeah,
bar, bro.
yeah, just like
Q done turned 31. He acting a fucking fool now. Ladies, I'm telling you, my brother is single already.
May went into the philosopher round, came back.
I'm glad to hear it, bro. Cause like I'm saying, even in the few months we've been doing this podcast, man, and I want to say this for everybody. Like, I'm so proud of your growth, my nigga. Like you, cause I met you like November of last year, so I've known you about a year now, maybe a little before.
Yeah, maybe a little before that, a little before that.
And what I was telling you when I first met you, I'm like, bruh, wait till like a year from now. We coming up on that, and like your whole outlook is complete 180, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you coming in, like we doing the podcast, you talking your shit, you recognizing things, you going through what you got to go through, but you're going through it with stride, bro. And I'm so proud of you, black man. I'm glad to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Proud of you as well.
So I appreciate you, bro, and that's so important, man, because it's like that's why we doing this podcast, man. We really just trying to uplift other brothers and also other men. And get out there to the women too that may, need to hear a man's side of perspective or man's perspective, not no Myron Gaines type shit, because that nigga, he wilding. But listen, we just out here trying to, I think we both been through a lot of things, I'm a little bit further in my journey than Q because I'm a little bit older.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Q also has so much stuff to bring to the table about things that he's gone through, his upbringing, my upbringing, and we can really come together and bring this knowledge to people, So I'm proud of you, bro, man. I'm proud of us, and we doing this thing, man. You want to run over some more questions, or you want to kind of jump into some solutions? Because I mean, we got solutions, we got resources,
some solutions.
Some solutions. Yeah, I like these. So this is probably my favorite one, and I think a couple of these go together. Redefining foreplay. Right? So it can be acts of service, emotional check-ins, or simple presence. I really want to speak to emotional check-ins because me and my girlfriend, we do that regularly, once a week. We'll sit out on the patio, and mind you, she done hook the patio up. She done put the motherfucking furniture out there, got the tables, da-da-da-da.
Right.
Yo, having a woman's touch in the house, my nigga, is different. Because, like, I would have never decorated that patio, but she came through, she put the plants out that bitch. I'm just like, wow. I'm like, wow. Like, I love it here.
It looks a bit more pretty.
You feel what I'm saying? She done put that touch that I needed, But we'll sit out on the patio together and be like, hey, let's check in. How you feeling today?
Intentionally.
You know what I'm saying? Is there anything that, that may be lingering? Any concerns you have? Anything I can work on? Anything you need from me? Type shit. The emotional check-ins are so important because I think a lot of people get caught up in the day-to-day and don't really take that time. Like you said, like we get so focused on all of the other bullshit that we don't stop and like, hold on. Look at it from a bird's eye view. Let's look at the small things. Let's have a quick conversation. How you feeling? What you got going on? It's just like we do in the beginning of the podcast. How you feeling, bro?
Yeah.
What you been going through? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so important.
Right.
Practicing emotional intimacy. I think we kind of talked about this the whole episode, but whether that be eye contact, having deep talks, vulnerability, and listening. Listening is so important, but I think the eye contact, the deep talks, and the vulnerability, like when we're in therapy, those are our deep talks. And then when we get out of therapy, we're having even more deep talks because it's like I'm learning shit about her. She's learning shit about me. You know what I'm saying? A healthy relationship is always going to challenge you because it forces you to look at yourself and look at the things you need to work on. It's going to bring up traumas for you. It's going to bring up traumas for your partner. But if you can get through that, bro,
Bless.
Yeah, the eye contact. And then even the game I was talking about, the card game that we use.
Right.
That strikes up so much conversation. One of the questions was like, who do you think would be more of the helicopter parent, if you will? And we kind of got into that and talked about, oh, well, I probably would be this way. You probably be this way, da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's small stuff that just, like, means the most. Checking in with your partner often. We just went over that, too. Right. Not just how was your day, but how's your heart? Again, just having deeper conversations. You want to take those other ones?
Oh yeah. Learn your partner's love language.
And
apply them daily, not just in crisis or sex.
Run that shit back, bro. Because you say loud.
There's love languages. I apply them daily, not just in crisis or sex.
Bruh.
Apply daily. I think that's the key word.
Talk to them, bro.
Apply. I mean, we spoke on it. Just the intentionality behind it.
Hey.
Intentionality behind it.
Bro, that's a big word right there. Intentionality, that's like so important.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that's like the theme of this whole thing. Intentionality.
Yeah, I mean, that's if you boil it down to grown folk intimacy is about intentionality.
Hey. Hey. Shit.
I heard that
Ooh, this was good.
The follow-up is like, you should explore non-sexual intimacy together, i.e. be cooked together, walk, read to each other. I haven't thought about that one, though. Reading to each other, that's a different level of intimacy. Because they force you to listen. Like communication between I like that.
I like that one too. I might have to babe, when I get home, I'm gonna read to you tonight.
Little dance. Put a little Frank Sinatra on, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I came home. We were
slow dance.
Bro.
Talk to it.
A few weeks ago we were in like a little bit of turmoil, right?
Yeah.
And I came home and she was cleaning and she had what was it? On Bended Knee by Boyz II Men playing. And I came in the house and started doing like my little, like, like when I be skating and shit, that we just started dancing in the middle of the floor. It was so nice, man.
That's blessed. Yeah, a little stuff like that and impromptu stuff. And like you said earlier, you have a level of intimacy, and one that we don't speak about enough is the spiritual side.
Hey.
This also separate together. I believe one of the reasons why to this day my parents are together
because they pray together.
They pray together. Listen. They're very, very, very religious.
Family that prays together stays together.
Yes. If anything fails, they know they can always go back to their spiritual self.
Correct.
And that connects them on such a deeper level that no conflict can separate them, because now it becomes less about the individual, more about us and the higher power. Right.
Bird's eye view.
Yeah, bird's eye view.
Wow.
And the last one says normalize slowness and softness. Intimacy doesn't need to be rushed or performative.
Get into that performative part right there.
Hey, I'm doing this for you. Like, I'm doing whatever you want. Like, why aren't you like me? It should come naturally. It should
come from the heart, my nigga.
Heart.
Intentionality.
Come
on, bro. We hitting them today. Like, I don't know, man. Like, if y'all ain't subscribed to the Therapy Daddy podcast, I don't know what y'all doing.
Nah,
tighten
really,
up.
Though. Give what the issues, give the problems within the issue, and give the solutions to, I guess, make it better.
Hey, and that's super important. So, because you got to be able to, number one, hear what your partner is saying,
right.
But you also got to be able to communicate to your partner what you need. That's so important, because I think too many people get caught up in like not wanting to feel like they're begging or not wanting to feel a certain way about asking. And it's like, no, you should be able to ask. Side note, did they just turn the air on? Because I've been hot as hell this whole time.
I just got colder in here.
Okay, so like it's been hot though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not getting sick, because I'm like,
it's been a little
muggy.
A little muggy.
Okay,
a little
cool. I just wanted to make sure. It's been a little hot. Yeah, no. It's super important to be able to communicate your needs, but also listen to your partner's needs. And don't be afraid to. This goes back to vulnerability. Be vulnerable and be like, hey, what you said earlier made me feel such and such.
Right.
Or, hey, I need this from you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is something I like to see from you. That's okay. Trauma sometimes won't let you do that, but you can't be afraid to do that, especially if y'all are working towards the same goal.
And as we wrap up here, I want to ask a key questions to our listeners. And it goes this. The question is, am I approaching intimacy like a grown-up, or am I still on training wheels?
Shit.
Do a self-audit on that. Again, I'm asking the question again. Am I approaching intimacy like a grown-up, or am I still on training wheels?
Q said, look your ass in the mirror.
And yeah, it goes.
Figure it out, sweetheart.
Well, and I got my answer, recently. Like, I was on training wheels recently. But
damn.
Now I feel like.
Hey, thank you for sharing that, bro. That's for real.
I mean, it's true. Like, I'm not immune to it. I could speak on it because I am truly experiencing it as we go.
Hey,
I am in it right now.
31 gonna be a good year, bro. I'm telling you, 31 gonna be solid, bro.
It's gonna be blessed. But,
yeah,
that's kind of like my thought on that.
Absolutely. Man, I appreciate what you added today, bro. Like, you may not think you got a lot to add, bro.
I didn't think I had a lot to add.
We having some shit, man. And before we wrap up, I just want to throw out some quick recommended resources for y'all. We got the book Come As You Are by Emily Nagoski, which is a groundbreaking book on women's sexuality and deeper connection for the ladies out there. All About Love by Bell Hooks, which is on defining love and intimacy in real transformative ways. This one, I had this book at home, and I did. This is one I talked about earlier, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Understanding how we give and receive love and intimacy. I want to jump into that real quick because I know we got to wrap up soon. But you have to understand how your partner receives love and not just how you give love. What do I mean by that? You got acts of service, you got quality time, you got physical touch, you got gift giving, whatever have you. Just because you like to give gifts and do acts of service doesn't mean your partner likes to receive that. So it's super important, and that's what it says, how we give and receive love. I think there needs to be a real highlight on the receive part. Understand how your partner receives. And not just how you give. Boom. Listen to understand and not to respond. And a couple of podcasts, the Where Should We Begin podcast by Esther Perel, which is real couples talking about intimacy in every form. I'm gonna have to check that one out. And the final one, Good Moms, Bad Choices, for the ladies out there. Bold convos about sex, love, motherhood, and grown intimacy. What else you got, bro?
It's been a necessary eye-opening episode.
Yeah.
I think so it's been good. Hopefully our listeners can glean something from this.
I hope so too.
Like we have.
That's always the goal.
And then yeah, we see you guys in the next one.
Until next time, XOXO. Therapy Daddy. Woo! Salute. Yes, sir.